Ah, there's the right button. What's up, everyone? Are we live? We're live? We're live? Are we live? I think we're live. I think we're live. How's everyone doing today? I pushed the wrong button! I'm knocking everything over. Oh my god. There we go. Blah. We're live? We're live. Okay. How's everyone doing today? It's Friday! Heck yeah. Luke! Gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers! You're awesome, Luke. So, what are we gonna do today? What are we gonna do? I gotta clean up this desk. One of these days we're gonna do a stream where I just clean my desk. Because, right now, you ready? I'm just gonna show it for a second. Look at that, look at that. I gotta sit down and clean that one day. Fifth scale RC is key. Are the AliExpress Voron kits worth it? The AliExpress Voron kits, of them, I've only built the Physec ones. I have looked at a forum bot one in the past, though, but I haven't built it. The kits are better than they used to be. The kits are pretty much the equivalent of a bomb in a box. So imagine somebody going down the aisle in Shenzhen with a cart, and as they walk down the aisle, they just take everything that's in the Voron bomb and they throw it in a cart. And then they take that cart, they put it in a box, and they ship it to you. Those are the AliExpress kits. In terms of the quality of the parts you get, usually the hardware, the rails, motors, whatnot, are usually okay. Fans, usually end up replacing them because they're crappy. Usually you have to do all the wiring stuff. Although I think, if I'm not mistaken, ooh, wow. Is my camera really... Camera's funky. Un momento. Yeah, the camera's doing its thing. I hate when it does that. Reboot that. So in the meantime, okay. So I think the forum bot kits now have pre-made wiring harnesses, where they used to just give you a roll of wire. Are we good now? Yeah, we're good now. Okay. But yeah, so if you're okay with building everything from scratch, the AliExpress kits are okay, a little bit cheaper. But if you're looking for like a Prusa-like build experience, you need to go with something like an LDO kit, which, oh, hey, look! I got one right here! Although we need to do some work on it. What else? What else? I think that's it. Okay, so yeah, so the forum bots now have a pre-made wire harness. There you go. So yeah, so in my experience with the AliExpress kits, usually you have to do more labor, and the fans are usually kind of crappy. But they're cheap AliExpress fans, so what do you expect? So, speaking of labor, we're doing some work today. So this right here is my LDO V2. This is not serial numbered yet. I got to do that at some point. But it's on the bench, which means it needs some work. So what happened to it? I don't exactly know. We're going to do some science today and find out. I think I know what happened though. So this guy, gal, thing, this printer was put into a lot of use for my Mandalorian armor. It did quite a few parts, so it was running for a good clip for a while, and I was actually using this as pretty much my main printer since I built it. It kind of superseded this guy a bit. So I noticed after a little while my LED stopped working. Okay, so my LED stopped working. I was like, okay, whatever, it's cosmetic, I don't care. And then I got a thermistor issue. And then at that point, once you get a thermistor issue, things are a little sussy. So, being the YOLO, I just want it to print, I've got a bunch of stuff I need to print, I ran just new wires. So I just ran 2 new thermistor wires down, plugged them in, called it a day. Bob's your uncle, we were printing again. And then I'm watching the camera, because me being, you know, the super engineer that I am, I take a webcam and I just have it sit on top of this printer like this, and this is how I monitor the prints. because this is a super technical way of doing it where you just take a camera and you just put it on top. But anyways, something was poking out of one of the drag chains. And the drag chains are filled with wires. If it starts poking out of the drag chain, odds are something ain't right. Derek gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers! So, reached out to Jason at LDO. I got a whole new wiring kit. Literally sent me all the wires. I don't need all the wires. But what I'm thinking is something... We got broken wires. So, if you see this, you're going to have a bad time. So, luckily, it appeared that it was thermistor wires and LED wires that broke. But instead of replacing, we're just going to replace the whole thing. The whole wire loom is sus at this point. So we're just going to go and replace the whole shebang. And yeah. Now the question is, why did I hit the wrong button? The question is, why did my wires break? Because I've got a wire loom in here, got a wire loom in here, got a wire loom in there, got a wire loom in there. I haven't had any wires break. I haven't had wires break since I switched over to the PTFE wires. So why do we have wires breaking? So what I think it was, this is the only printer that I've actually installed the wires and the drag chains properly. And by properly, anchored them at both ends. Every other printer that I have, they're only anchored at one end. Okay? So usually I anchor them at the end, and then where the wires go into the wire run, like here, I don't anchor them. So normally I just have them anchored here. But on this one, because I followed the instructions, I anchored them here and here. So what I'm thinking is they were either too tight or too loose. I'm thinking too tight. And that meant they rubbed somewhere and caused a friction point, which, while PTFE wires are more compact than the silicone and the outer casing is stronger than the silicone wire, physics is physics, and if you constantly rub something or pull it tight, it will break when it comes to wires. That sounded bad, but it is what it is. Would it be worth it to get one of the PTFE wire kits? I still say if you're going to build a Voron, buy a wire kit and save your sanity instead of building your own wire loom. So we're going to open up the wire loom, see where the breaks are, and see if we can deduce what happened. And then we're going to throw a new wire loom in and get her printing again, because I've had my first part of the Death Racer showed up. I've got these. I got some flanges. So we got to start printing Death Racer parts because I got parts for it now. A part for it. DFH gifted 5 memberships. Cheers. Okay, so let me catch up on chat. A question: when switching between PLA and ABS on a 2.4, do you need to keep adjusting the Z offset? Usually not. It's very easy to hit 50 memberships by accident. Hey man, if it happens, it happens. I won't complain. As somebody who makes their living off of streaming, the not streaming for a week, while nice, it does have a noticeable impact on my income. I knew it would happen, but actually see it happen, it's like, ugh. But it is what it is. I knew of the risk. Okay. I really hate opening this up because I really like how good this turned out. And we've got to rip it all apart now. Salad fork day. I'm waiting on that. Although there's another kit on the way. So you might be fighting for what time slot. Okay. So on the bright side, this is an LDO kit. With it being an LDO kit, means the wire loom will be easy to replace because it's a pre-made wire loom. There we go. Take the cover off. these out. So I'm going to have to put the thermistor, or is that an end stop? Oh, no, it wasn't a thermistor. It was an end stop that broke. So I got to rewire up this end stop so I can plug it back in there. So, let me take the top panel off here. By the way, these clips are awesome. VoronRegistry.com. I can't remember exactly what they're called, but these clips are awesome. It's the right size. No. Question, thoughts on converting a CR10 to a switch wire? Do it, have fun. Steve on his channel just did a build series converting a Ender to a switch wire, and it's pretty much the same thing, only bigger. Because let's be honest, like 95% of all China printers under $300 or $400, they're V-wheel bed flingers. They're all the same. Doesn't matter where you buy them from. Okay. Top panel off. Oh, and I get this a lot. A lot of people are asking what spool holder I'm using on my printers. This is just a switch wire. This is the switch wire spool holder. I put it on top, and then I use a piece of like random plastic that I found as a shim, so it could sit on top and sit flat because they got the panel. I put those on my printers so that way I could put the printers closer together because I don't have room to reach behind them for a spool holder, and I don't want to put it on the side because you need room for the spool holder, and then you need clearance to get the spool on and off. So I started mounting all my spools up top just so I have more room. Oh, Steve's here. Hi, Steve. What thickness are the clips? I don't know. Whatever they were when I built it. Okay, let's get this out before I break it. Put that there. Don't ruin the parts that I have clean. Okay. So, we need to take this wire harness out. So we are gonna have to, this has NeoPixels in the tool head. I personally don't care about them, but they won't work. So I'm gonna have to fix them, which is gonna suck. Is David here? We haven't seen David in a while. David! Everyone say hi, David. And Steve. David, where have you been? I haven't seen you in forever. What's Joseph doing to you? Is he working you too hard? Is he giving you your breaks? So, snap all these on. Is it open on the inside or the outside? Let's see. I'm trying to remember the easy way to do this. I think it was come from this side. I'm trying to remember the easy way to open these. Is it this way? Working on the house. Oh yeah, that's right. Your kitchen's coming along good, I will say. Wait, I'm opening the wrong side, that's why. Like, why aren't these opening? It's like, oh, wrong way. Yeah, that's right. That's why it don't work. I'm gonna break that. There we go. Okay. So we got that. Can I take a screw out of there? I gotta put a screw back in. I'm missing a screw in there. Shoot. M3. Itty bitty teeny weeny M3 screwy thingy. Where are you? I will say though, these 20 pins are kind of a pain to get off. They're in there tight. Torsten, thank you for becoming a member. No, that screw's too short. I gotta order more screws. I am running low on my M3 screws. I used to have so many, but I'm all out because I keep stealing them for other things. Like, I'll just use these for this, and the next thing I know, I'm all out. What am I planning to print with Ultim? Whatever the hell we can actually print. And if that works, Death Racer parts that are prone to breaking, so that we don't have to worry about that. Torsten gifted 1 community membership. Cheers. Okay. So. Man, these, I hate these. Use a flathead screwdriver, a small one, just to get these apart. Get it started. Ah, there we go. Okay. Zip tie. There we go. Okay. This zip tie. So if all goes well, if we get this done in time, I also have Toasty. I've got a, is it PT100 or PT1000 that you don't need the amplifier board? Whatever one it is, I have it in a bag here, and we got to put that in Toasty. So we'll be doing that after. All the wiring today. You guys are in for a treat. Wouldn't this be a good time to go for a PCB for the hot end? I have a PCB right here. This is a PCB tool head board. That's why the wire loom just has this one connector here. Right here. So I just got one connector and then one connector for the NeoPixels. But if you're referring to CAN bus, I'm not going to go to CAN bus because this machine's already set up for this tool head board. I'm not going to redo the whole machine. And then also, I do have CAN bus stuff, and that will be one of the future builds. Probably the salad fork will get CAN bus. What is the easiest way of upgrading the CW2 when you have the LDO kit other than Nemo 14? Any recommendation? I haven't done it yet, so I'm not 100% sure of the actual full process, but it shouldn't be too hard. Just print all the new stuff and swap it. But I'm personally of the opinion, if you don't have any issues with your current extruder, unless you print a lot of flexibles, there's, in my opinion, no real reason to upgrade to CW2. CW2 has a better, more constrained filament path for flexibles. But if you don't print a lot of flexibles, and your CW1 or whatever extruder you're running in it right now has no issues, it may not be worth upgrading. That's up to you. Okay. So first thing I've noticed, there's a zip tie in here. So maybe, okay, that wire was zip tied. So we got a break right here. I don't know if that zip tie played in. I thought I got rid of all these zip ties, but I guess not. Huh. Okay. We got one break right here. That sucks. And then I think that was the end stop that broke. that is that one. And actually, I can put this back in so I don't lose it. Phil R, $4.99. Cheers. Those are the clips. Okay, there you go. Have you been in the P.O. box lately? Rubbers for Toasty's probe should be there by now. Is that what those are? Okay, yeah, I do have those. They're in my car. I didn't know what those were, so... yeah. Yes, I do have them. If that's... What are those exactly? Pre-printing Steam? Welcome to Full Plate ABS. Thank you for becoming a member. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out why these wires broke. So I got one broken wire right here. Hopefully the end stops are good. Basically, I don't want to replace everything. I'm just replacing what's broken, essentially. There we go. Do that. Broken wire there. Do you need to mount an ADXL on a bracket, or can you use VHP? The more rigid the mount, the more accurate your results will be. So if you have no other way, yes, you technically can use VHB to attach your ADXL. However, you will get better results if you attach it with something more rigid. So I've done it. I've mounted it with VHB in the past. Either I was just being lazy, or I didn't have a way to do it that would work properly. But on paper, you want to mount it the most rigid way possible to get the most accurate results. It's kind of the same way as, you know, technically if I run input shaper on this desk with the printer here with a spool on top, and then I move the printer over here, I should technically rerun input shaper because this desk isn't bolted to the wall. It shakes. That desk is bolted to the wall. It doesn't shake. The harmonics of the printer will change. Now, will it change enough where you will actually notice it? Or is it within margin of error? That depends. Personally, I don't bother. It's like pressure advance. Technically, every filament has a different PA value, but usually if you do it for like ABS, you're good with all ABSs. Unless you go to suddenly print a ton of PLA and you're super concerned, I don't rerun it. Depends. A lot of tuning 3D printing comes down to what do you personally find acceptable for your prints. Do you print a lot of big blocky things that you don't really care about surface detail because you just want to print a bunch of stuff and you don't want to bother tuning a million machines for a million different kinds of filament because you print all kinds of different things and you just... Good enough is good enough, well then you don't have to worry about it. But if you're like one of those people that print really fancy things and you just post pictures of it on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube and you make cool time lapses, hey, you might want to worry about it a little bit more. It comes down to what you use your machines for and what you need to get out of your machines. What do you want instructions to? I put on the front face of the probe and then put reflective tape over to provide thermal barrier. Rigid throughout. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Can you trace the wiring from the motherboard to the components, please? What do you mean? This loom doesn't connect even to the motherboard. It connects to a breakout board. Okay, so what do we got in here? Ooh, oh, wow. 1 broken wire, 2 broken wires, 3 broken wires, 4 broken wires. 4 broken wires in here. Okay, what broke? What broke? Well, that end stop broke. XY end stop has a failure. Wow. This thing was just chewing up wires. What the hell happened here? It's funny, I've never had wires break on any of my other machines, yet this one just destroyed them. Lucas, thank you for becoming a member. Just curious about the routing. If you go to blah, blah, blah. Here you go. This is the LDO wiring kit wiring instructions. There you go. I'm wondering if the dog hair in here contributed. I don't think it would have. But it might have. Gary gifted 1 community membership. Cheers. Crappy old... No, these are brand new wires. I think I had them too tight. Because every other wiring loom on every other machine I have, the wires are, I only anchor them on one end. This one, I anchored them on both ends, and I think I may have anchored them too tight. So I don't blame the wiring harness. This is a user error issue, I believe. Like, I firmly don't believe this is an issue with the LDO kit, because I haven't seen this issue with other LDO kits. Like, this hasn't popped up with other LDO kits I've seen, so I firmly believe this is a user error issue. The user being me. I fucked up. Any upgrades or mods? I don't really run any. CAN bus if you want to get fancy. I really run my machine stock. I don't see any mods as being required for a Voron to function well, or at least for my use cases. If you want to get fancy, clicky, and other bed probe type replacements, those are common. There are plenty of mods you can do. There are plenty. But you need to remember, the machine prints and works just fine out of the box. If you want to go fancy, there's all kinds of stuff you can do, though. That is a user choice, though. I normally don't run the air conditioning in this room, but I'm running it right now, and it is nice. End. Anchored the toolet, then ran the toolet back, forth a bunch of timber in the right anchor point. There you go. That's what I thought I did too, but I can't remember. Like, I mean, I live streamed the whole build, so if I really want to know what I did, I could go watch. But I'm thinking I just had them too tight somewhere or something, and I goofed, and it came and bit me in the butt. That's what I'm assuming. Oh, let me mark these up. So make sure I put the right one. I don't think any of my Y wires are broken. Or motor wires are broken. Nothing in my Z I'm worried about. My Z should be fine. Because the Z wires are much, much shorter of a run. There's any issue with the Z wires, except for the fact I gotta undo this. There we go. Okay, Z wire run. Okay. Any 3D printer with Captain Tape I don't even need to look at the name. As soon as I see Captain Tape, I'm like, that's Giga Chad. Come on, man, get some new material. Okay, so we're gonna have to flip this face down now. Hope I don't break anything. Hopefully I don't crush the screen doing that. Whatever. Is what it is. Okay, so why am I on that view? So this will be simple because the wire loom comes in here and plugs right into here. So we pop this off. Okay. Okay, that comes out. Okay, that comes out there. Voila. Okay, so we got that out. Now what's still going into here? Okay, so the motor wires can stay. Let's just pull them through because this is, what else do we have here? Why are you zip tied together? I thought I cut all these zip ties. Okay. So we got, what is this? XY end stop and NeoPixels. Okay. So XY end stop, which has broken wire, so I gotta replace that. Is this one, I believe. Okay. Okay, so XY end stop is out. Come over there, and then the last one is the NeoPixels, which these guys go on an adventure, unfortunately. I believe they actually plug into one of these guys. There we go. Is this guy. So we got what we got. Ground on the top. Remember that, guys. Ground on the top. Oh wow, that really fell apart. You know your wiring is good when the entire harness breaks in two. Okay, so that is that. And then I've got my hodgepodge wiring that I put together that I don't think I need. Yeah, this is the hodgepodge wiring that I temporarily fed in here so that I could fix the end stop when I didn't realize how bad it was. So the first thing I did was the end stop didn't work, so I just ran 2 new wires for the end stop and called it a day. But then everything else stopped working and I realized, oh hey, it's a little bit worse than I thought. It happens. Oh, by the way, if I didn't say yet, make sure you go enter to win some Polymaker filament. Link in the description. Have you ever considered building a Tri-Zero? I'm building a salad fork. Oh. I don't know. The original V0 that I built is going to get upgraded, but it's going to get upgraded to a 02. I got an almost finished 2.4 pre-R2 with 9mm rails on X. If you already have the hardware to upgrade it, I would put the 12mm. If you already have it built and you're not having issues, you might as well stick with it. I know the original switch wire calls for fishing line. It's not fishing line. Oh, yeah, the capstan drive. Yeah. Any consideration? No. Capstan is too much of a pain in the butt to deal with, so we don't bother. We completely drop that, like completely. It's too much of a pain in the butt to work with. It's not worth it. So we completely dropped it from the design. Oh, hey, a bed probe. It's always good. Okay. So, new XY end stop. New wire loom. So we've got new wire loom, new XY end stop, and hoping one of these has the NeoPixel, which I don't know if it does. Inlet to terminal. Oh shoot, I might have to remake my NeoPixels. Or I just don't put the NeoPixels back in, which I might because I'm lazy. LED. Oh, LED extension. Let me check. Maybe it's this one. Safe to have a printer wait on its feet, flipping it over to access. I've always been curious if it's safe to have the printer wait on its feet while flipping over to access. Oh, you mean like leaning it back? I've done that. I don't know. I treat these like hardware. I don't baby these printers. I treat them like hardware. I have no qualms about like flipping them and doing all kinds of stuff with them. LED strips. Yeah, I don't have an extra cable. Shoot. Part in. Oh, here we go. Part fan, breakout, hotend, thermistor, hotend. Nope. I do not have an extra cable for the NeoPixels. So we're gonna not run NeoPixels because just more of a chance of something going wrong, and I'd rather not risk it. But I do need to remember that my X end stop is, I can't remember. Is that end stop? No, that's a probe. Okay, X end stop is next to the Y end stop. I'm gonna have to change the pin assignment. Is V02? I think we're waiting on a manual, and that's it, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. Please don't, because I have no idea, honestly. I don't follow the development of stuff too much like I used to. Yeah, so I'm not going to bother making a new NeoPixel run right now. Voron Delta. No, every time somebody asks us to do a Voron Delta, we delay it another 1,000,000 years. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so that is that. That is that. Let's flip it up. Usually when I do my wiring, I run from the tool head down. That way, any excess wire I can hide underneath. What's being rewired? We're replacing the wire harness because the ones I had in there broke. A lot. Okay. Voron Delta when? KB3D, $20. Voron Delta? Now. You ready? I'm going to announce the Voron Delta right now. Okay, ready? So right here, there's a Delta. Okay. Okay, you ready? You ready? So right here, we got ourselves a Delta. You see that? There you go. There you go. Voron Delta. It's a Delta. It runs Clipper. It's a Voron. Go for it. There you go. $800. It's commercial. You could go buy it. Do it now. Just install the Voron theme on the Clipper interface and you're good to go. That's probably the closest thing you'll get to a Voron Delta is the FL Sun V400, because that's pretty much what you would get. Okay, so I do need to fix something on here because I put a connector, so I got to re-put another connector. And then we got to hide this guy because we're not going to put LEDs in here. So we're just going to hide this in here. Serial request when? Serial request, well, I'll do that when I do my, when I submit my V24. Where were the wires breaking? Most of them broke in the, I guess you would call it the Y run. So if you, I had one broken wire in this drag chain, and then I had 4 in this chain, and all the wires that broke were the X end stop and the 3 wires for the NeoPixel. And I don't know why. I'm assuming they just had too much or too little freedom and they decided to break. So, I'm not putting the NeoPixels back in. And I'm only anchoring them on one end so they have a little bit more room to free float. And I'm hoping that resolves the issue that we had. Hoping. If it does not, well, we'll deal with it in the future. Where exactly? It's somewhere here. They kind of all broke in roughly the same position, so I'm assuming it was a common stress point, which sucks, but is what it is. I need strippers. I need my crimpers. And we need to put a JST connector on. Just finished my LDO 2.4 kit. Thank you. Hope my videos helped. No, these are good wires. These are whatever the proper wires are supposed to be. I'm assuming they're copper. I don't know. Anyone see the not Arachne edition on Super Slicer? I have no idea. Like, so what? Super Slicer won't have Arachne in it? Well, here's the thing. Super Slicer is based off stable Super Slicer. So Arachne is still beta in Prusa Slicer. So if you were creating a branch of Super Slicer, would it not be best to wait until the new shit is stable in Prusa Slicer before you import it into Super Slicer? Because Super Slicer is built upon Prusa Slicer. So why would you build upon a beta unfinished design? Hint, hint to all the people that were modding Stealth Burner before it was fully released and complained that we changed shit. You wait until it's done, and then you fiddle with it. Actually, I have no idea what's going on. That's what I'm just assuming is people are asking why Super Slicer doesn't have Arachne in it, engine in it. That would be my, personally, if I was developing Super Slicer, I'd be the same thing. I wouldn't bother trying to bring in a feature until it was done. That's just asking for trouble. Does it actually work? I haven't played with it yet. That's actually one of the things we're going to do. Once I get this back up, this has a 0.6 millimeter Revo Obsidian in it. And we're going to install the new Prusa Slicer, load up some profiles, and get this thing dancing. So that's actually what we're going to do. I'm going to test it because I got a whole bunch of stuff for upcoming builds I got to print, along with the Death Racer. Which, it's the Death Racer, we are going to build it on stream. The problem is, I've started ordering parts for it, and a bunch of parts won't be here till like September. And I got to have it built by Earth, which is like early October. So, depending on when stuff shows up, we might like build some of it, then take a break, or I might wait for everything to show up. It depends. I don't know yet. I might try Ellis's profile. I haven't used Ellis's profile at all yet, and I might try that. Give it a shot, see how it fares. Because all my profiles are Super Slicer as well, so. What's up with people bending Revo nozzles? I bent one on stream. Were you guys, like, I have it right here. Remember, we had to cut it. I got a Revo nozzle right here. I had to cut the heat break off because I crashed it. Or actually, I smashed it into a print that didn't move. That's what I did. But, I don't know. It's consumable. Nozzles are consumable. No matter how much you pay for it, a nozzle is a consumable. Now, how long will it work for before it breaks? Oh, you might luck out, you might get a long time, you might not. Especially if you crash it. But nozzles are a consumable. And then people are like, but Revos cost so much money. If you crash your nozzle to the point where you bend the heat break, a replacement titanium heat break from E3D is $3 less than a Revo nozzle. So it's not like, you know, massive price difference. Plus, I've broken one Revo nozzle in over a year of use, which I'm fine with that. And that's heavy use. Like that. Okay. Ran my new Revo Voron nozzle in the Zen outside with Zen motors went wrong way, bent the nozzle. That sucks. It happens. Like, pretty much anything. There's a lot of your printer is a consumable and a wear item. Stuff will break, stuff will wear out. It happens. Like, it do be what it is, though. There we go. Okay, so new wire loom installed. We are not going to be using the NeoPixels, unfortunately. I ain't going to play that game. I ain't going to risk it. Happy little accidents. Do you swap nozzle sizes often? With Revo, I have more than I used to. I used to not at all, ever. And with Revo, I do it occasionally now. But the reason I don't do it as much as I probably would is I have multiple machines. If I only had one machine, I probably would do it more. Or if I had fewer machines. But like right now, this guy runs with a 0.6 nozzle. Tallboy runs with a 0.6 nozzle. I've swapped a 0.8 into Toasty or Big Papa Joey P for a few things. But because I have multiple different machines, I usually just keep different machines set up for different use cases. 0.5 nozzle. Oh yeah, I personally would like a Revo Obsidian 0.5. 0.4 is a little too small for abrasives in my material, or filled material, in my opinion. It's just more of a jam risk. So my 0.4 Obsidian, I probably won't run abrasives too much through it. And I hate putting these covers back on. Actually, this gotta go on there. Find your hole. Yeah, come on. I don't know what it is. I can never get the stupid cover on the right way. I always end up chewing into the PCB. Go, that goes there. Oh, is that in? Is that in? Ah! Where is my AUG? I just dropped it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go. Nope, nope. There we go. Nope. There we go, it's engaged. There we go. Ah, there we go. Okay. We're good? Are we good? We're good. Okay. Anton, $10. Cheers. When Obsidian becomes available for the Revo, is there any reason to keep using the normal nozzles for ABS? Do you have advantage normal use? They are available now. I think you can buy Revo, or no. No, Obsidians aren't available yet. They will be available soon, I believe. And by soon, I mean like soon. I can't say the exact date. I'm not allowed to. But is there any reason? They have a non-stick coating, so you don't have to worry about boogers as much. So that is an advantage. Also, they will, on paper, last longer. Now, I've yet to wear out a Revo nozzle in normal use. You can do it. It takes a while, but you can do it, especially if you don't run abrasives. And ABS is pretty soft, so it'll take a lot of use. Nope. Ah. Let's see here. But if you're wondering if should I upgrade, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if you want to future-proof and have the ability to run abrasives, might as well. This is a pre-release kit, but the wire didn't change, and I'm chalking what broke the wires up to me having them too tight in the chain. That's what it looks like I had, or was the issue. Wow, that fell through the hole. I think I had my wires too tight. I anchored them at both ends, and I may have had them too tight. So what I'm thinking happened was I just, it was a user error, and they were too tight, and they just destroyed themselves. So it was the wires for the NeoPixel and the end stops. The actual proper loom itself, I only have one broken wire. Majority of the broken wires were on the end stop loom for the XY end stop, and all the NeoPixel wires, which were more free to move around. I don't know. So I'm cutting my losses and just going simple on this and only replacing what I need for use. Are Voron parts designed to be printed with a specific nozzle size? Yes. Technically, Voron parts are designed to be printed with a 0.4 nozzle with an extrusion width of 0.4 with 0.2 layer height. And the reason for that is if you look at Voron parts when you slice them, certain geometries of certain parts. Do I have any Voron parts floating around in the box somewhere? I think I do. I should, unless I threw them out. Yeah. So when you look at some Voron parts, these are from a legacy. So certain features like, see these wall dimensions and whatnot for screw sizes. These walls are sized based on a 0.4 millimeter nozzle width to give you however many full walls there are. There's like 4 here, I believe. So there's exactly 4 walls at 0.4 millimeters for this. So if you were to print with a larger nozzle, you wouldn't be able to get full walls. So if you went with like 0.6 nozzle, because of like how certain features are You might not get full wall diameter, and might throw some infill in there or have a gap. Slicers aren't all the same, especially now with the Arachne engine being a bit smarter. It may not be as big of an issue as it used to be. But basically everything was designed with a 0.4 nozzle with 0.4 extrusions in mind, so that certain things are sized a certain way so that you have X amount of walls and you don't have infill or gaps or anything like that. It just comes down to the way things were designed. So. Need some zip ties. Josh, member for 3 months. Cool. 0.8, let's go. Yeah, 0.8 nozzle and just divide everything by half and you're good. Don't do that, by the way. But yeah, since it's got a 0.6 in it, I'm going to be printing a bunch of parts for the salad fork on here with a 0.6 in abrasive material. So we'll find out. Can you print out your parts out of something other than ABS or ASA? You can. Salad fork, for example, we're going to be printing the parts out of polycarbonate carbon fiber from Prusament. Some of the parts, at least. Toasty Boy is PA12 nylon CF with some PC carbon fiber parts as well. The thing is, though, your money may vary on how functional it is, because Voron parts are designed and tested with ABS in mind. You might be okay if you use the good plastic in the right use case, or you might be like Toasty Boy originally, where I used the wrong nylon and I had creep issues like no tomorrow. Before every print, I had to go in there and tighten all the screws because everything just crept on me. So if you know what you're doing, it's fine to move off the beaten path. But if you decide to print your parts out of PETG, or, you know, on my resin printer with an industrial grade resin, and your parts start cracking or melting, or your prints are crap because, you know, everything, all your screws got loose, don't come crying to us, because we told you so, because we've seen it many, many, many times over the years. PCCF may have a bit lower layer adhesion due to CF particles there. Yep. So I'm going to print hot with no fan. Get a little bit more strength out of them, hopefully. One of these days I'm going to put that camera on an actual track up here. Whoop, don't step on the wire, though. Okay, there we go. There are 4 lights. It's funny, I've never actually watched the next... I've watched some of the Next Generation, but I've never watched, like, the whole thing. I'm kind of tempted to, but... I can't remember which way this mounts. I guess it don't matter because they're the same. Time to binge the next generation. I have that picture that somebody made that's like, these are the ones we recommend you watch out of each season, because a lot of it's just filler. But label at the breakout board. That's what I figured. Kind of what I figured, but just play it safe. Wait for somebody in chat. When in doubt, wait for somebody in chat to tell you what to do. Because somebody in chat will be like, I'm going to quickly check the manual and tell you. Good old chat. What would I do without you? Probably have some pretty bad builds occasionally. Okay, so let's see, how tight is that one? I'm just gonna let it free float, I guess. When in doubt, let it free float. Okay, so that's tight. Right about there. Should go in there. There we go. Okay, good enough. Cool. What are your top 3 things you would add or change on the Voron 2.4? Nothing really. Like, it's just quality of life stuff. Like, you know, CAN bus in the future. But the problem is, you got to remember when we design, like, firstly, while I am on the Voron design team, I can't CAD myself out of a cardboard box. So I'm more of an advisor and tester. But when it comes to like what I would like to see, just stuff to become, you know, more user serviceable and easier for people to understand and work with in the future, like CAN bus boards, making things simpler, easier to use. Like, remember, I was involved with the design of this, so it kind of has the things I like already. Do you think clicky sexbolt is endgame for AutoZ offset? Nope. Too many parts. It works. Don't get me wrong, it works. But what if I told you there was another way? Show me the way. I don't have it on any of my machines, so I can't. But stuff is always being worked on. And not just by the Voron team. Come on, tell. I can't. Why would I Ruin all the fun. Okay. Plus, for all you guys know, I'm just pulling your leg, and I absolutely have no idea, and I'm just totally bullshitting you. It's fun to make you guys guess. Voron belt printer. No. Well, my thoughts and opinions on belt printers is a little bit better than they used to be. I think they're kind of cool, and I would love to play with one at some point. I still think they are kind of a niche use case for most applications. Oh, this is going to be a bit annoying. So you go on there. And they're not as easy to DIY. The belt itself is the biggest problem on them, I believe. Especially without going with custom components, which again is a no-no in Voron land. We don't do that. Tibbet's here. Hi, Tibbet. No, I had some broken wires, so we had to fix that. So, we are fixing that. By the way, fun fact, the amount of people that think it's an issue that these wires right here touch this belt when you run your wires through here. So people think this is an issue. This belt moves at the same time as this. They don't move independent. So you can have stuff touch this belt and it's not an issue. But the amount of people I see that like freak out that the wires touch this belt is kind of funny. Until they build the printer and realize it's not an issue. Like, oh wait, it doesn't matter. But it's one of those like questions I get asked often enough that I think it's kind of funny. It's like, no, it don't matter. You're fine. Nothing will happen. You're good. Okay, so now I gotta run both of these at the same time through a Z chain. This is gonna suck. The day behind Vorons. Yeah, for those that don't know, one of the design team goals of Voron, like we have some internal design goals, like when we design, if you're on the team and you're designing something for Voron, these are the rules and things you have to follow. When you design parts, no printed parts don't require support. When you print a Voron, none of the printed parts need support. If you're printing it with support, you're doing it wrong. All the parts are orientated and designed so that you don't need support. In the odd case where you do need support, which some parts in the past have, the support is built into the part. And one of the biggest things is no custom components. Everything on a Voron you could source from multiple vendors, and they're just commercial off-the-shelf parts other than the printed parts. That's why you don't see fancy metal brackets for your motor mounts, like on like a rail core, for example, or fancy custom bed mounts like you would see on like a positron, for example. Nothing custom, nothing that is single source or requires machining. It's all just off-the-shelf parts. You can go on AliExpress and order everything you need without needing a kit, which is how it used to be back in the day. Globally sourceable. The other day, someone on the board was speaking with somebody the other day, said the server wouldn't help them. Was that person blue, or correction, purple, red, green, or what was it, light blue? If not, it's just some random person on a Discord of 30-something plus thousand people. Don't take their word unless it's coming from the team. Anyone can hop. My Discord's public. I got 1,600 plus people in it. By the way, join the community Discord. Anyone could jump in there and say anything. We have no control over what you say. If you say something against the rules, we'll talk to you or kick you out or whatever. But if you go on a Discord and like somebody says something to you and they're just some random person on the Discord, do not take their word for value unless you know them. There's thousands of people. It's like when you're in the mall and some random guy comes up to you and says, the end of the world is now. Do you trust them? No. Well, you might. But it's just some random guy in the mall. Some random guy on Discord, is that the same, more weight than others? Okay, this is gonna suck. So I got these. I don't want to rerun the motor wires, so I'm gonna have to like kind of do this super ghetto wire run thing here. Oop, no, other way. This comes across. Okay, so that one, just that. Oh, actually, shoot. Actually, just connect that. Reconnect that. Depends on which mall. More bamboo content, please. It's a Core XY machine that prints fast and prints fine. I do need to update the stuff and do all that still. I haven't touched it since I got back from vacation. But it will. Don't worry, there will be more bamboo stuff. But in terms of content, bamboo content, it'll be more just me using it. And I might do a video talking about the bamboo and the V400 at the same time. I hate doing reviews. I'm not a good person for reviews because like every time I try to do it, somebody's like, oh no, you can't tell, you're horrible, whatever. Your opinion is different than somebody else's opinion. Bah. Anyways. Oh, this is gonna suck. Ermiger. Get a few of these started and then just kind of snap them all together. Luckily it is Z, which doesn't move that much, so you don't need to worry about wire management as much. I put the wrong end. Shoot, I went the wrong end. Dark Neutrino, thank you for coming to member. Why do I have an Allen key? Cut the zip ties cut the zip ties. Don't trust them. I think the zip ties screwed me last time. Can hold 60. Don't say the point of chamber. Yeah, we don't allow chamber heater discussions on the Voron Discord, simply for the fact that we don't. People are dumb. We have seen some of the most sketchy wiring you have ever seen in a 3D printer, and the fact that you're already DIYing mains wiring while building a Voron, it's more if you know what you're doing. To do mains wiring, or to do a heated chamber, you don't need to be asking about it on the Discord. If you're at the point where you know what you're doing, you shouldn't need to ask about it. Okay? So if you don't know what you're doing and you're asking about it, don't do it. Nobody's burnt their house down with a Voron yet, and we don't want anyone to be the first. So that's why we don't allow heated chamber discussion in the Voron Discord. There are other communities you go to if you want to chat about it. Like, if you post a picture of your Voron and you have a heated chamber in it, we're not going to do anything about it. It's not like you get kicked out or anything. You just don't want anyone burning their house down. And I believe there are other Discords where you can happily talk about it. So there we go. That's it done. That's it done. What, like trying to power a 240 bed from two 120s? Yeah, no. But we have seen things like, you know the white Nomex wire that you have in your walls of your house, you know, that 16 or 14 gauge single strand wire that's just white sleeving. Yeah, we've seen people wire up their entire printer with that. Everything under the hood, Nomex wire. Or Romex or whatever it's called. So yeah, when we say we don't really trust everyone, there's valid reasons for a lot of that. Hopefully I got all my wires in this. It'd be really annoying if I didn't get it all wired up. Oh, yeah, you're missing these wires. Oh, shit. Romex is only applicable in places where it is. Exactly! Not inside a 3D printer. Like, yeah, sure, you'll probably never, you know, have an issue with your end stop wiring wearing out under the bed where it doesn't move with it. But it being in the wire loom, just a little sketchy. I hate doing this. There we go. There we go. Okay. Goes under the hood. This goes under the hood. Huzzah. Evening from Sweden. Hello there. I don't know how to say anything in Swedish, so. good old hello there will have to do. Don't tell anyone I've used Romex for extension cords. It's single strand. I'd be very, very cautious of using it for anything that's designed to move. Even an extension cord is kind of sussy, in my opinion. Oh, what am I crunching? I'm crunching something. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Okay, so we've got. Go. So this big old chunk of wiring. Go in here. Go across here. And plug in there. Okay, so that is that. Let's tie all this together so it don't move on me. How can you tell which wires are for hot end wire when they're all black? Because it's a pre-made wire loom. So it's got like a 20-pin connector on each end, and you just connect them to each end. And there's breakout boards on each end that are labeled for what goes where. So how this is made is there's a board on the head, on the tool head, where you plug everything in. So your hot end goes here, your thermistor goes there, your whatever goes there. And then all those wires go through PCB to a 20-pin connector. And then on here, there's another 20-pin connector that connects to this board, and that board has a bunch of breakouts where it has everything labeled, and then that connects to your controller board. So while it increases costs, because you have now breakout boards on both ends, it makes it for a cleaner wire run. And in this case here, since we had to replace the whole wire run, it's literally unplug a cable, grab the new wire loom, plug a cable in, with some drag chain stuff in the middle. So. And then here's our XY end stop. Stuff these wires in here. Okay. There we go. Done. Put this up. Work this around. Open that. Clean off all the gunk. Okay. Power this up. So make sure you guys on YouTube, you can do clips. So if we get some sparks and it all blows up, clip it, make some content out of it, so somebody at least makes money if I blow this up. So 3, 2, 1, power. Need some lights. Can't remember if that's supposed to turn on right away. All the lights are on. Oh, light! We got power. Okay, printers. This one is LDOB2. BTT Octopus pin out. I gotta change one of the pins. So it is J27. So machine, printer.cfg, and stop for X. Z, Y, X. There we go. So end stop pin is PG6, but in this case it's J27. Oh, we paid PG6, so we are good. PG9. It's Y and stop. Oh, yeah, I think it's Y. Y and stop that failed? PG9. Oh, okay, well, here, we'll just do and stops. The probe is triggered. That's the understanding. Okay, X and stop is open. So triggered, okay. Y and stop. Triggered, okay. Oh, you can't see. Yeah. End stops we're checking right there. Okay. So, okay, probe's still in there. All. Oh, probe attach failed. What do you mean probe attach failed? Probe is attached. Oh! Ooh, I think I know what it is. Okay, I know what it is. This is what died on it. It wasn't... Remember I said it was something died on it? It was my Z probe wire that died. That's what it was. That's what it was. It was my Z probe. That's why I'm like, the pins are right. It wasn't the XY pins that I changed. It was my Z pins. So, where are you plugged in? That end stop is that one. Okay. No, wait. So it's those two. Okay. Oh my God. That's what it was. So it is either PG11 or PG15. So PG11. Okay, so it's PG15 for the probe then. PG15, because I had a separate wire. What I did was I ran a new wire down for the Z probe, and I just plugged it into whatever was free. I didn't undo the previous wiring. So I just reassigned the pin. Now we have it back. So home alt. Okay, and now QGL. Nope. Probe attach fail. Why are we getting probe attach fail? Did I plug it into the wrong thing? I think I plugged it in the wrong thing. Let's see. Turn that off. Okay. Unplug that. I plug it into the wrong thing. There we go. Yay, more fiddling with the cover that I don't like fiddling with because I can never get back on right. How much do you want to bet I plugged the probe wires into the wrong thing? I did. I plugged them into the XN stop. That's why. Okay. So I need to plug them into the ABL. That's what I did. On the toolhead board, there's an XN stop plug, and then there's a probe port. We use the probe port, but I plugged it into the wrong thing because I am big brain and I do things wrong sometimes. Are we allowed to remove stringing from prints on the contest? You can remove stringing. You can remove stringing. So ground and sets. Okay, so I'm going to move these. I don't, anything that you would normally do to a print, like you can remove supports, you can remove stringing. And for those that don't know what we're talking about there, the community challenge for this month, join the Discord, go do it. You got a week. Why not use XN stop? Because there's already XN stop from here. Actually, oh, because it doesn't plug in. I think the Breakout doesn't use it. Because the Breakout board down there, it has to be a probe. Like it has to be the same wire as the probe for it to work. Because the XN stuff on here, I don't think works on that Breakout board. It's there we go. Okay. So I believe I have to go to ground and S, not 24 volt. Yeah, don't feed 24 volts into the... That would probably be bad. Okay, that goes there, that goes there. Can I build a cedar ship benchy? Go for it. I want somebody to paint a benchy for me as part of that contest. So for those that don't know, every month on my channel now, we do a community contest on the Discord, and it's like a public challenge. So anyone can enter, and then we all look at it all live on stream, and the winners get prizes. So you get some filament and a only benchy merch, which by the way, shoot, whoever won last time, I can't remember. I need to message you because your hat isn't shipping. It won't let me ship you your hat. The person who came in second place or had the worst setup, your stuff shipped fine, I believe. But the one who won, it won't ship the hat for some reason. It won't let me. So you might have to pick something other than a hat, unfortunately. I know you wanted the hat. I'll message you after. I tried to ship it before I went on vacation, and the site wasn't working, so I didn't want to, as soon as I came back, and it's like, nope. Let's try this again. Jake England, 5. Cheers. It's payday tomorrow, so take the literal last 5 quid I have. Be gone with you, Jake. Well, next time, wait till payday. Use that 5 quid to get yourself a pint down at the pub of Guinness. So yeah, so this month's challenge on the community Discord is a benchy. There are 2 categories. 1, unmodified. Take the stock benchy STL, print it. You're allowed to change the size of it, but it has to stay relative. You can't squish it or mush it or whatever. You're allowed to like remove supports and stringing like that. But it's basically just print the benchy, but you have to do it in a way that impresses me. So print it out of some, you know, metal filament and sinter it, or do something funky, but you just print the benchy and impress me. And then the unmodified category, open category, do whatever you want. Paint a benchy, weld a benchy, machine a benchy, I don't care. But just, it's gotta be a benchy. or at least noticeably benchy heritage. Okay. Machine. Okay, let's try this again. Home all. You can get a pint of anything for 5 quid. Oh, dock the probe. So I knew the probe was docked, so that's good. Otherwise it would have crashed. Yay, it's working. What time are we now? 3:40. Where'd the music go? Taking his sweet time with the probing. There we go. Yay! Okay, we're good. Put the panels back on, put it back to work. A lot of loops there. Yeah, it was, let me see here. Yeah, got within 0.005. I was looking for 0.0075. Oh, it's the one before it. Yeah, it really didn't really need to run that many. It just kind of was dancing around it. I'm gonna cry if I'm not impressed. Well, we'll see. Hopefully you printed a good one. If it's worth being impressed over, it'll be worth being impressed over. If not... Oh, it was horribly crooked its first one. Remember, we were moving it all around and whatnot, right? So... it was definitely not within tolerance. I love these panels. Actually, no, I'll do that later. There's that. Is this the right one? No, where did I put the Allen key for this? And again, it's literally just a piece of plastic I wedged in here to hold it together. Or to, so it sits flat. Nothing fancy. And it's just a switch wire spool holder. Good enough. Where did I put the magnets there? So these are the magnetic ones, which they work okay. They don't hold as well as the these ones, but they're good on the back because when you flip it over, it sits flat. So I wanted to try the magnetic ones to see how they work. They work okay, but go with these ones. Don't bother with the magnet ones, in my opinion. They got no actual, like, you can't, like, squish with them. They don't have enough oomph. we go. What's with the loose wire? It's a USB breakout cable. It's just a USB cable. So that way, when I want to plug a webcam on, I literally just go blah, blah, webcam. Because this was the one that I did the video on the USB breakout for the using the Pi Pico for the input shaper. So I just kind of left the USB cable there because I'm lazy and it works. So now the fun part, I gotta plug it back in. I hate plugging these ones in. Got all the PTFE wire under my feet there. Okay. So again, if I drop the printer, clip it, get some content out of it. Okay. There we go. Okay. Opens. Roll forward. Okay. Oh. Put this back in. No drop printer. Exactly. It's almost like I know what I'm doing sometimes. Go. Bah! Wait. Console machine. LEDs. There is. Where is LEDs? Where is the LEDs? Nozzles, that nozzle, not nozzle. Where's the big LEDs? Where are those at? Where are the printer LEDs? Tag probe, dot probe. Oh, case light. There we go. Bang! Light on. There we go. Back in action. Now I can actually use a Revo. I haven't used a Revo Obsidian yet. I haven't literally printed anything with it. Okay. PC carbon fiber. Do we want to fiddle with that yet? Do I have any other filled materials? What do we got? What do we got here? What's this? Glass PA. Oh, that's too hot. Jet black, pearl. Carbon fiber PETG. I could have sworn I had. Do I have any carbon fiber ABS? I could have sworn I had some. Replitech. Racing green. Ooh, I have racing green ABS at all this time and I never realized it. Am I blind? Polylite ASA, Polymax PC. I don't know what's in this bag. Do I have any more abrasive? Oh, wait. PACF. 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 Yeah, let's play with this stuff. Okay, so let's totally steal the settings for this because this is the bamboo shit. Okay. Nope. Bamboo basic. Nope, shut up. Why are you trying to load all this stuff? So what is bamboo PACF printing settings? Nozzle 280, 100 for the bed. Okay. Nozzle 280. The kid, but hello from the DFH crew. Matt Shammy, $5. Cheers, thank you. Okay, so let's get Prusa Slicer. Let's get the new Prusa Slicer. Full release of unstable builds. Oh yeah. Windows. Extract. Formbot has a pre-made wire harness. A little late to the conversation, but that's good to know. Creator X with our AMS or build 2.4 with ERCFA. Why not both? More info. Yes, run anyways. Okay, import. So let's see here. What do we got? Well, first, let's get this bed toasty. Let's get this bed toasty. Printers. Which machine is this again? LDOV2. No, not Nora. LDOV2. Machine. There we go. Let's get our bed nice and toasty. Heater bed 100. Go. Good evening from Germany. Guten Tag. Or Guten whatever for whatever time of day is proper. Okay, so last time I printed this stuff, it actually came out of the box pretty dry. So we're gonna hope it still is. Wait. Filters, mute, close. Okay. Are you guys ready? Oh, no hiss. Disappointed. Prusa stuff gives a good hiss. Ooh. I will say though, these spools are actually really nice master spools. So it's kind of nice they sent me more filament, because this stuff's actually really good master spools. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in my DIY dry box, which works good enough. So for those that don't know, making a draw box is really very easy. All this is some random like outdoors toolbox, ammo box, whatever that I bought at like Crappy Tire. It's got a rubber seal in it to make it like watertight. All I did was punch a small hole for a Bowden connector through with a little piece of Bowden to feed. And then I just printed a spool holder, and I have a big old bag of desiccant in here. It's big, it's bulky, but it fits any spool I've ever needed to fit, and I could put it on any machine. And when I put it on a machine, I just have the Bowden tube like kind of feed into the other machine's Bowden tube, so there's like no air gap. So move you all over here. This will go over here and just kind of feed into here. could feel that that is a CF filament. It is stiff. Okay. There we go. So that feeds into there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Do I even have this machine on here? Don't send anything. Okay, cool. What machine? I don't have this machine on here. Okay, where are Ellis's profiles at? Does anyone have a link to Ellis's Voron profiles? Andrew Ellis. Ellis Piff profile. Super Slicer. Cool. Shoot, hopefully these work on seriously, Google this. Yeah, I just Googled it and it popped up. So hopefully these will import to Prusa Slicer. So let's see here. So that's the chameleon. Open, import, config. Okay. So printer settings. So max print height is 280. Machine is 300 by 300. Actually, shoot, are we 300 by 300 on this machine? I can't remember. Machine. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? We got on the X. Okay, X is 300. Y is 300. Yeah, so we're good. We're good. 300, 300, set. Extruder 1 is a 0.6 millimeter nozzle. Okay. Retraction is fine. I'm going to bump that up to 0.4 because I like 0.4. Filament settings. We'll get to that later. We're going to run a 0.4. Perimeters 4. Okay, so where's flow? How is flow calculated in here? Good, it's percentage base. Okay. Okay, cool. Speeds. That seems kind of normal. 150. Sure, whatever. Travel 450. I don't like pushing my travels that high. Okay, cool. Max volumetric. Okay, so this we are going to have to. So max volumetric, we're going to have to drop this bitch down to 16. Because this is a Revo. Filament settings. So this is some CF nylon. So we're going to go 280. The other layer 280. 100. 100. Cooling. We're going to disable for this. Nope, not 90%. 0. 0. Okay. Advanced. Minimum purge power. Now where's max volumetric speed is 16. Settings. Okay, here's a question. What are we gonna print? What do you guys want to print? What are we gonna print here? What are we gonna print, guys? What are we gonna print? Hello, plastic people. Hello there. Like, I could just, you know what? Let me see where I got. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Where is it? Where is it? Am I connected to the vault? Nope. 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 Oh no, disconnected. I'm not connected to the vault. Falkenstein gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. Password. Death Racer body. You guys want to do the Death Racer body in CF nylon? The only thing is, I'm worrying that might be a little too brittle. I'm worrying if that might be a little too brittle. Because the Death Racer is going to get hit a bunch, right? So you want something that has a little give to it. Because I've got, that's what I was thinking, the CFT ETG. Because it should be hard, but if you get hit, it should still kind of bounce a little and not completely fall apart. Dragon Skull on printables. Let me take a look here. Why don't you want to connect to the server? That is the password. Okay, I guess I'm not connected to the home server right now. Printables, was it Dragon's Skull? What, this guy? This guy? Fourth one. This one? Does it need support? 134. Yeah, let's see. I don't want to print something that needs support. Yeah, I don't want support. No. Wish I could connect to the server. I don't know why I can't connect to my freaking server. This PC. Death Racer wheels. I'm trying to print Death Racer parts. I'm trying to connect to my server so that I can print the parts because I have all the parts downloaded on my home server, but for some reason it doesn't want to connect to my home server because the power went out the other day for like an hour and my server actually shut down. And it just doesn't want to connect for some reason. I don't know why. So while I'm trying to fiddle this out, if you haven't had the chance yet, make sure you enter for your chance to win some filament from Polymaker. Link in the description. Yeah, that's it. Maybe I'll try rebooting later. Actually, I might be able to just re-download it here. One second. There we go, I'll just re-download it. Okay, that's downloaded. Crash. Extract all. There we go, okay. So, downloads, Death Racer. STL, standard, drives in frame, main frame. So we got layer height 0.2, first layer height 0.25, perimeter's 4. Oh, this is going to be a thick boy. Advanced. 25, switch flow, cool. There we go. Okay. Invalid data. Why invalid data? External perimeter extrusion width is too low to be printable at a layer height of 0.2. What? External perimeter extrusion width 0.2 is too low to be printed at a layer height of 0.2. What? Perimeter speeds, okay. External perimeter is 100%. I know it's a 0.6 nozzle. Where am I missing? So 0.6 nozzle. And line width. It's a percentage thing. We're set by percent, so it's 100%. Unless I'm missing something here. Perimeter transition width. Oh, perimeter generators. 0.6 millimeter maybe? Is that it? Nope. Your first layer and perimeter are set to 0. Oh. Is that it? Okay, try this again. Your perimeter is too low to be printable at a layer height of 0.2. What the fuck? 0.5, okay. Be nice if you like clicked on the error and it brought you to the setting. Line width percentage are based on layer height. 100%. Is there any layer height from percentage from, okay. Wait, line width percentages are based on the layer height. Wait, they're based on the layer height? What? Extrusion width. Oh, don't, okay, whatever. 0.6, okay, so let's use 0.6. 0.6, 0.6, 0.6, 0.6, 0.6, 0.6. And then for infill, we'll go with 0.8. We'll extrude the infill a bit. Infill, we are doing grid, 40%. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I guess can't use percentage in Prusa Slicer. Works in Super Slicer. Has encountered an error, okay. Slice now. Due to custom G-code section, starting G-code. Oh wait, shoot. Starting G-code. Let me pull over my G-code Super Slicer for my machine, so I use the right starting G-code, which I probably should have set up. Okay, let's see here. Custom G-code. Go. And my print NG code is print end. Okay. LBO V2 0.6 nozzle. Slice down. There we go. Okay. So this is going to use how much filament? Too much filament. I can't do that. Okay, so what is this? What is this? What is that blue thing? What is that blue thing? What's that blue thing? Fat bridging. Slicing again. So we only have 250 grams of filaments. We're trying to get this, it's like 264, so it's a little too fat right now. So let's see here. 4, 4. 264. Still too fat. Okay, so we can't print this part. Can't print this part. This part's too big. We only got a quarter spool. Okay, drive A, drive B. There we go. Okay. So we got the Pro drive, left drive. Main frame, okay. Main frame. Go. Let's try these guys. Okay, so 40%. Go back to high infill. And go back to high settings. Go to perimeters 4, 5 top, 5 bottom. Make me super chonky strong. Slice down. Switch the person. Yeah, we're trying the Arachne engine. What the heck are these blue things? Are these supports? I got no supports enabled. What the heck are those blue things? What are those blue things? By the way, we are printing with a brim because I do not want these failing. Overhang perimeters. Oh, they're just okay, I guess. So flow rate. Let's see what we're doing. Volumetric flow rate. So we are kind of getting pretty. We're getting pretty toasty there with the max flow rate of a Revo, but we'll see what we get. Upload and print. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. We'll find out. I may be printing something in air. I don't think I needed support for these. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think I need support for any of this. Yeah, it's designed without support. Hopefully. And yes, we are printing with a brim because it's CF nylon and I don't want it warping and I'm paranoid. So. C'est la vie. Okay, let's get Toasty out of here. Come on, Toasty. Are you plugged into anything? I don't think so. No. Oh my god. Is that a bug? No. Okay. For those unfamiliar, this is Toasty Boy. We're going to try and print some Ultima on him. But before we do that, it has a bog standard PT or beta 3950 generic 47 thermistor. We need to fix that. So for that, I have a, is it PT 100 or PT 1000? Whatever the one that doesn't need the amplifier board. We need to put that in here. And then also while we're at it, I'm going to swap out the heater to a newer one, a Triangle Lab 60 watt heater. Because the one in there is, I don't even know how old. PT 1000. Okay, it's PT 1000. So, got some work to do. And we have 45 minutes until the draw. So if I don't finish it, I'll just finish it off stream. It's replacing a heater and a thermistor. You guys have seen it a million times. But while we're doing this, again, if you haven't had the chance, make sure you enter for the draw to win yourself some Polymaker filament. We give away a spool every stream. So if you want a chance, link in the description, go enter. And then also, on top of that, make sure you go down to the community, join the community Discord if you have not, link in the description as well, for your chance to, well, not for your chance, you don't need a chance, you can just go do it, to join the community challenge, because every month we do a community challenge, and this month is only Benchies themed, which means you're only allowed to print Benchies or do stuff with Benchies. Should probably pull up this to make sure. Requested temperature out of range. Ooh, that would do that. Okay, so let me see here. How hot can I go? Oh, I have my max temperature set for 270. Okay, so max temp. Where is max temp? Extruder. Where's max temp? 270. 300. Saving restart. Files. There we go. PT1000. It's because we're going to be getting pretty toasty in here. And by toasty, I mean we're going to get hot. We're trying to print Ultim. And it should be better at those temperatures. Because right now, I just got some generic Beta 3950 in here. And we need to fix that. And then I don't even know how old this heater is too. Because we got ourselves a skeeter. Because, you know, say what you will, they do work. And I trust it more than a dragon for what we're about to do. And I got a Nozzle X on it as well. What temperature is a Nozzle X rated to? I can't remember. Hopefully hot. But, which is gonna suck, we gotta take the stupid little grease or whatever they use, the stuff that's annoying as heck. We gotta get that stuff out. Well, it's not a Magnum. We're not doing high flow, so I don't care about a Magnum. PT100 4-wire. Yeah, but I don't have the breakout board for it. Well, actually, I do. I have a PT100 and a breakout board for it, but I don't know where I put it. So we're just gonna YOLO it. So this is CF nylon, I remember, so we should be okay. I hate working with these. Nope. Okay, so thermistor. Okay, the heater can come out, I think. Come on. So this is a, I don't even know what kind of heater this is. What heater is this? I don't even know. It's ancient. Okay, so that's got a male connector on it. And this is going to be fun. Oh, well, that came out without everything else. So that's good. That's good. Those fit in there. Great. I hate this powdered stuff. Yay, cancer! Okay. If I'm not mistaken, we gotta replace this. So hopefully this fits in here, because I remember these being a... Yeah. Just getting... Okay, I gotta clean this. How do you clean this? Okay, is it printing? Yeah, it's printing. Go up a little bit. Offset. Where's my offset on this? 5, 5. Okay, oh, it's printing. Cool. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Where is... Aha! You have it. When in doubt, check the goodie bin. Slice engineering. Voron nitride. Also, does anyone need a heat break? Anyone need some heat breaks? I've got a few. Along with a bunch of other random crap. Cool. I have Q-tips actually. Let's try that. Q-tips and some ISO. Maybe that'll work. Boron nitride. Yeah, boron nitride. It's one of the things that I always didn't like about, like, they use it because it allows you to create an actual, like, thermal connection between the heater and the metal, so you don't need to clamp it, and it's better for thermal transfer. It's like a better thermal paste. But the problem is it's annoying as hell because it hardens. So if you try to, like, clean it out, it's kind of a pain in the ass. I can put that in there. Will this go in? Because these are usually like pretty size for size, so if you where'd I put the heater at? Yeah, that works. Okay. So let's make this the same size, crimp the right connector on. Go. Now I need. So yeah. So if all goes well, we're gonna try to do some Ultima on this machine tomorrow. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. I got a feeling it won't, but we'll see. We'll give it the old college try. And worst comes to worst, we just waste, you know, a couple $100 in material. Don't you just love that? But the whole series, and I want to give it, I can't remember who it was that sent it right now, my DMs, but the whole point of this series is to show, you know, this is a pretty well built machine. It's insulated. It gets pretty warm in there. What you actually really need to print Ultima and peak and all that fun stuff. Toasty Boy is a V1.8, so the version before Trident. And no, it won't be getting upgraded to a Trident. Because one, it works fine for our use case, and two, I'm lazy. And actually, I think this would actually work better for what we're doing, because the Trident has a bigger chamber. So on a Trident, there's actually more room above the tool head, so the frame's bigger. And on this one, the electronics are in a backpack, so it actually bumps into the volume, so it's less chamber to heat. And with this, we did a quick test, and we are pushing mid-60s chamber temp just with the bed. So once you add a hot end at 380 degrees Celsius, that'll pump a little bit more heat into the system, and we should be pretty toasty. Get it? Am I still making a bubble blanket? We shall see. I gotta figure out how to get another temperature probe in here. Because the thing is, when we were doing the testing, I put my hand on the outside, and the outside of the chamber isn't getting hot. So I'm thinking with this Reflectex lining the whole inside here, it's radiating a lot of the heat inward, and the like putting a blanket on the outside isn't going to keep more heat in because the outside isn't getting warm. So it's not transferring a lot of heat through the Reflectex, through the ACM to the outside. So I got my LDO 350 2.4 R2, and it seems to handle right around 17 kXL and travels for infill 500 millimeters a second and 350. Is that decent? JD, I don't push my machines above 310 kXL. So yes, that is quite decent. And thanks for the 5. Okay, so we got that one. Now we need to do this one, which I only got one chance at, so don't screw it up. Just reprinting the hot end part. Well, first we're just going to try and print a dang bracket. We're going to do that stupid little bracket that everyone prints, just to see if we actually can get something kind of functional out of it. Oop. Run the house hot water system through it. I don't think I can do that. Oh my god. Oh my god, I hate cutting these cables. Fiberglass insulation is a wee bit tight. So with these fiberglass, what I normally do is I'll try and strip it, but obviously you can't get it all usually all the time. And then what I do is I use my little snips to like trim off the extra fiberglass, trying not to cut the wires. And sometimes it works pretty good. Sometimes it's horrible and you gotta try again, but Tom Yum, thank you for becoming a member. okay. For a second, I forgot if I actually did put a Revo in that, or an Obsidian in that. Didn't want to kill a normal Revo. That would be bad. PT1000 installed. Where is my pushy thing? There we go, PT1000. Okay. Do I have any gloves? Probably not. I think they're all upstairs. Boron nitrite's fine for your hands, right? Ain't gonna kill you. I hate using this stuff. I know it works. I know why they do it. I just hate it. Yeah, it's just clay, right? Go. Paper towel. Will require higher temp resistance grease for the rails? Probably not. I don't know. The chamber won't get above 100 degrees, so you should be fine. Where are my screws for this? Oh, did I take the screws out and put them in completely random spots? I did! Are these the right screws? No, these aren't the right screws. Where the hell did I put the screws for this? Are these the right screws? Nope. God damn it. Where'd I put the screws? The numbers, the screws, the things. Where'd I put them all? Quick, somebody tell me what size screws I need for this. Are these the right size? No. No. Where? Somebody go back in time and watch the video and tell me where I put the screws. Printer? No. In my mouth. I got all the other screws there. And they're probably some size I don't have in stock right now. In my hat. I literally did everything right here. Where are my... Am I all out of 3mm screws? Jeez. I gotta go shopping. No. I'm horrible at this. So while I'm like fumbling in the dark here looking for where I put my screws, if you haven't had the chance yet, make sure you enter for the draw to win yourself some filament from Polymaker. Oh, you know what? Big brain. I'll just steal it from the other one. Biggest brainus. Wait a minute. I am so smart. No, they're on the table, but I gotta clean the table. The table's a mess. There we go. Turn these up. Okay. going to find them, of course, after the stream ends. We'll get this. We'll do a PID tune. And we'll call the stream there. So, these are the long ones, I believe. Yep. Oh. Put my PTFE back in there. Pick up the dog here. Voila. Okay, so this one goes to here. This one goes to there. And now we turn it on. And hope we get no sparks. I love the look of this machine. I will say this is probably like one of my most aesthetically pleasing builds, I think, in my personal opinion. Just the red on black. So good. Okay. So we are getting an error probably because I got to set it up for PT1000 printers. Nope, not that one. Toasty boy. Oh, yeah, so right now it's reading 178. So system, tune, no, configuration, AUG. So thermistor. Where's the hot end? There we go. Okay. So, do I just type PT1000 here? And that's it? Save. I'm assuming that's it. It's just PT1000. Because it shows PT1000 as an option. What board? It's in, I don't even know. Host. Yep. Where's reboot? Where's reboot? Oh man, this is such an old version. Reboot, whatever. I'm gonna have to update. Ooh. I have one of these, by the way. Gotta put that in. What board is this? This is an SKR 2, I think. Oh, I gotta have max 30. Yeah, there we go. So it's reading the hot end a little bit warmer. It's reading at 25, which kind of makes sense right now. I don't think I'm using the amplifier. Settings, system. Let's say what controller I have. Yeah, SKR2. Yeah, so I got an SKR2 in here. So how hot do we got to print this shit at? $370 is the minimum temp. So we got to PID tune this at hot. So what is it? PID calibrate heater target 370. Oh wait, first printer.cfg extruder. Oh no, wrong machine, wrong machine, wrong machine. Don't do that on that machine. Do it on this machine. Extruder. Where are you? Max temp 400. Save. So we're going to PID tune this at 370 degrees. That's hot. Okay. ID calibrate heater. Oh, PID. PID calibrate heater. 370 degrees. Send it. EFH gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. And tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up and throw this right in the dryer. My dryer only goes to 70 Celsius, and I'm just going to sit in there all day. The hot end drops out of the bottom. I hope not. Okay, we're already printing in air. What happened? What is going on? We're already printing in air. Pause. How much you want to bet we're going way too fast for this? Motor's off. Oh, it is. Oh my god. Yeah, that's got no grip. That is way too, Oh my... Wow, that is not feeding smooth at all. That is not feeding smooth at all. Oh my god, that is not smooth at all feeding. Let's try something. If that machine catches fire, just yell. Oh man. Oh, it is smoking. But that's probably the, that's 370. Oh man. Oh man, I could, oh, that is smoking. That is smoking. That is hot. I probably shouldn't be breathing it. I probably should not be breathing this. The ABS that is on the block is bubbly. Gas mask is. Oh well. So this is what we're gonna do, and with that, the problem is gone. It is PID tuning though. It is PID tuning at 370. Can't see it, doesn't exist. Exactly. This is a future Taylor problem, and by future Taylor I mean me in the hospital bed at like 80 with my lungs dead. Actually, if I make it to 80, I won't complain. (698 Fahrenheit). Yeah, that's hot. As the great poet, Paris of House Hilton once said, that's hot. Too toasty. Well, as long as the hot end doesn't fall out of the printer, we're okay. I do have a smoke detector. It's not going off, so obviously it ain't that bad. What kind of smoke detector? I don't know, the kind you buy at Home Depot. So we're gonna try that print again. It failed, and it failed because unfortunately there was too much friction and it wasn't pulling the filament at the speeds it needed to. There was like a loop in the system, which I gotta redo. So I'm just gonna try a different setup for now. See if it a little less friction on the tool head and it'll feed better. It's gonna become melt burner. I don't know. All I know is it's PID tuning. It PID tuned. It did PID tune. Save config. Okay. It worked. Oh my god. Oh, my smoke detector is going to go off probably. Oh my God. Oh man. Just leave that close. Leave the cancer in the box. So this is how we tell if we got a good seal along the outside. We don't have any smoke coming out. So because we don't have any smoke coming out, we know that the enclosure is good and tight. Yeah, that's why. So if you want to do a smoke test on your printer, just take your hot end, heat it up to like 400 Celsius, and with it enclosed, and just look for where the smoke's coming out, and you know where you got to seal it to get a better chamber temp. Do not do that. Don't take that seriously. Don't do that. I do have a fire extinguisher on hand if I need it. But it did heat up. Just some incense, exactly. So I gotta figure out a bed adhesion. I'm gonna try the, I've got some stuff from 3D Gloop. Or actually, nope, not mentioning that. And then I do got the homemade PVA, PVB, PLA, whatever mixture. So I'm gonna use a spring steel sheet, I think, that doesn't have anything on it, and just try and print on the steel. Oh my God, that stinks. I probably should have tried cleaning off the block beforehand. Yeah, I think I gonna, yeah, because this PI is dead. So I'm gonna peel the PI off this sheet. Yeah, this PI is pretty euchred. Yeah. And then just go right on a spring steel sheet and see how that works. With some adhesion helper. Any story behind the ammo box filament? I did a video on it. I did a video on it. Nobody watched it because it was like one of my old videos. Videos. Can I search my video? Filament box. I hate YouTube search. Like seriously, I searched filament box on my own channel and it doesn't come up with a video of me building a filament box. Oh, dry box. I think it's called a dry box. Yeah, here we go. Watch this video. Okay, now it's feeding filament fine. There we go. Wow, look at me with shorter hair and no beard. Well, no big beard. Yeah, I did a video on how to make a dry box. I linked it there in chat. So it's just a quick video on how to make a dry box. From April 7, 2021, so over a year ago. It's only a year ago? Really? Was I in this room? Yeah, I was in this room. Oh shit. I thought that was longer ago. Isn't there another type of music? You don't like the Stream Beats EDM? Here, we'll do a, just for you, Roland, we'll do a very lo-fi Christmas for the next 6 minutes. Actually, this is actually the only Christmas music I like, I will admit. Oh yeah, that's feeding much better. Okay, so, we got 6 minutes. This is done with its thing, because I can't believe that actually worked. Oh man, carburized ABS. That's hot. I don't know where my actual nozzle tightening device went. I probably should actually torque this at temperature. So let me heat this back up. So let me heat up the hot end to 240. and we'll actually torque it at temperature. Because for this one, we probably should actually follow the instructions. Because this is actually probably going to be one of the few times when we actually should be following the instructions for a nozzle. Trying to find, there's some foam. Probably have to replace the bed magnet. We're only running the bed to 120, so we should be okay, I think. Yeah, we should be okay because I'm only running the bed to 120. I probably will do a blanket over the front here or something. Because literally the only gaps in this whole system are the door. God, that stinks. Okay, so we're at 240 now, so let's try and clean off some of this gunk. There we go. Actually torqued. Torque it. Turn that off. Okay. So you got a couple minutes, got 5 minutes, and then we're gonna do the draw, and then we'll end the stream. But before that, Endo helmet, because this is coming along pretty good. So all I really have to do left on this guy, besides, you know, build the whole rest of suit of armor, is the accent pieces. So obviously, like, I gotta mount something here. I gotta put the thing here. Where actually, I could probably glue this on now. Yeah, so this is gonna go right there. So I'll glue this on right now, actually. Actually, I gotta paint that, because that bottom part shows, because there's a little bit of a gap there. Actually, it came out really good. There's that. So this is all painted. This is weathered. I do have a temp shield. This isn't actually the final shield because this I ordered and it's the wrong one, and it is so dark I can't see shit out of it. Literally, I can't see anything. It is way too dark. But there we go. I don't know how well you can hear me, but I got to do the earpieces still. And the one earpiece I should be able to put on soon, the left one. The right one's going to take longer because on the original outfit has like a little radar thing that just kind of sits there. I want to do a Boba Fett style one that'll flip down over the eye. So I need to modify the right one and reprint it and redesign it because I want to have the flip down eyepiece thing. And then this I'm actually going to glue on like right now after I paint that black. And by paint it black, I mean, where's my marker? That works. There's like a little gap at the bottom there. You can see it's black now, but it was gray because I didn't paint it. But yeah, so this is just metallic paint, and then just a black wash. So all it is black acrylic paint. You kind of slop it all over the whole thing, let it dry for like a couple minutes, and then dab off the excess, and you get like this kind of weathered, worn look. It makes it look like it's not brand new, basically. And that's kind of the look we're going for. And Yeah, it's like just big enough that it fits kind of proper over my face. So it's like perfectly sized. I got to put the stuff in it so it'll sit right. It doesn't quite sit right. And because the lens isn't mounted right, it's like pushing against my nose. But this will be the first major piece of the armor that should have finished. And then also I need to get some metallic blue paint. I'm going to do these 2 pieces, little triangle thingies, in a metallic blue. So yeah. Yeah, oh, I got like a helmet. Like I got the helmet foam. Like you put the pads in different spots. I got all that. I bought a cheap kit off Amazon that I got to stick in there. So yeah. So yeah, it's all just 3D. It's one piece 3D printed. This is actually, unfortunately, you can't see any of it because I got like overspray on the inside. But it's Prusament ASA. So if you haven't entered for the draw, you have until I glue this part on to enter for the draw. So go do this now. I know it's going to raise it up. It's pretty thin foam. It shouldn't raise it up too much. If anything, I'm just going to put it in a few spots so that it sits better. And this is one of the few pieces I resin printed. Most of this is just FDM, but a very few pieces I did resin print. This is one of them, and that's because this was literally like 2 seconds of sanding because it's resin and it's so much easier than FDM. There we go. Let that dry. Cool. Hi from Montreal. Hello. I was there. I drove through there the other day. Okay, Wheel of Names. So if you haven't entered, you probably won't be able to because there's like an 8-second delay. But every stream, we give away some filament at the end of stream. And hey, it's the end of stream. So let's give away some filament. If you didn't enter, you'll have another chance tomorrow. Ask the other 3D printing guy on YouTube to put a HUD on it. What other? There's a lot of 3D printing guys. Oh, I talked about Zach. Or is it Zach stuff? I can't remember. He does that eyepiece, which thinking about it would be kind of cool to have an eyepiece while I'm streaming, so that I could see chat while I'm not looking at chat. But I think those setups are not as cheap as like you think you'd be able to find like a cheap setup, but it's not. Because, like, chat on screen here, this is just a web page. This is just a URL. All you need to do is display a URL. That's just the URL. Ah, dang it. I accidentally uncopied it all. I gotta hurry up. I gotta go pick up the little guy from daycare. I went too long. I forgot that I gotta pick up the little guy on daycare today. Go. Control copy, Control A, delete, put those in, wait for that to unfreeze. The visor. Well, I want a flip up visor. I want a visor that goes doop and flips down, kind of like how Boba Fett has one. Okay. So we worked on 2 printers today that got to 370 degrees. So somebody give me a number between 3 and 7. I need a number between 300 or 3 and 7, not 300. 3 and 7. Okay, we're still printing. That's good. 3 and 7. 4. I could work with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's spin. Look at that engagement numbers. Smeep! Smeep 2K4! Congratulations, Smeep! Find you here, get your information. You will get an email from me after the stream ends. Fill out your information. You'll get some filament, or pick your filament and fill out your information. You'll get a spool a couple days to a couple weeks, depending on where you live in the world. So congratulations to me. Yay. Okay, so we're going to end the stream there. For those that joined the stream, hope you had some fun. For those that donated to the stream, became members of the channel, or gifted memberships to others, I would not be able to do the things I do and create the content I create without your continued support. It's all because of you I'm able to do this, so thank you. If you do want to help support the channel, content I create, things I do have links in the description. Consider joining the Discord. We do community contests. Next one is next week, so you actually have until next Friday to enter. So if you want to paint a benchy and win some filament and a hat, enter the contest. Yeah, so we'll call it there. Shout out to Polymaker for sponsoring the spool of filament we give away every stream. Tomorrow we're going to try and print some Ultima on this. We'll see how it goes. It's not going to go well, but it is what it is. And yeah, I'll post pictures once that finishes printing in a couple hours. Hopefully, if it works, we'll see. Anyways, I got to go pick up the little guy at daycare. So I hope you enjoyed the stream today. Hope you learned something new. Congratulations to the filament. Hope everyone else had fun. I will see you tomorrow. It's Friday, bitches. So be safe out there. Wash your hands. Enjoy your weekend. Cheers.